It's true. I am somewhat of a cynic when it comes to the war in Afghanistan. Every time we talk about the war in Afghanistan, I feel like it's not really right for us to be there. And I know that a lot of our Canadian soldiers are doing good thing in Afghanistan, and I'm sure a lot of soldiers in Canada, when they fight in Afghanistan, they have good intention. And we have heard some of the people who died there, the family members say that, when they go to Afghanistan, they had good intention of really doing good things there. But when they got there, things were different. It wasn't what they expected. And it's hard to take the government of Canada seriously when they say they're being the good guys in Afghanistan. When you consider our total support for the police state of Israel. And we should start calling the Israel as the police state of Israel. At least that's what I'm going to call them. When you think about 7 billion people that exist on this planet, and how many of them have been abused deprived of their human rights, and some people must think that, some people are too uneducated, some people are too uncivilized to deserve to have human rights. The philosopher Plato once said that only philosophers' kings should have human rights. Um, and rather, one can have human rights. Sometimes depends on so like the color of your skin, or what ethnicity you have, or what sexual orientation you have, or rather if you're a man or a woman. And when we categorize human right in that way, we don't really have, human right yet. Human right means every person on the planet have the same right. And I'm getting a little sick of talking about Israel, because they have always been doing so many wrongdoing that it's just astounding. I cannot make a video every time they do something bad, but last I heard is that the police state of Israel has been removing Palestinians from their home in East Jerusalem. They are forcing them, Palestinians, out of their homes. And the fact that it took 24 hours after the incident for Hillary Clinton to make a weak statement about not approving this act of provocation is pathetic. And what's more pathetic is that the government of Canada has not made one single statement about this current brutality by the police force action displayed by the Israel. East Jerusalem is an important historical site and a religious site for Palestinians, and God knows religious belief is such an important thing in Middle East. And Palestinians, with so little that they have, must have, put a lot of weight onto their home that they have in East Jerusalem. When apparently a boy who was a Palestinian boy in East Jerusalem don't even have an Israel passport, because, it's like a total kind of ethnic thing where if you are Palestinian, you have no right to live in Jerusalem, and you will be kicked out of your home. And if you don't listen, the police will use tear gas on you. And one of the women being evicted yelled at the armed force, asking why the Israeli settlers are allowed to live in their house. A policeman replied, "They are Jews, you are Arabs, so they can stay." And when they refused to stay, the police fired tear gas and arrested them. And we wonder why Palestinians hate Israelis, and we wonder why the conflict can never result in peace. Um, the United States should no longer, and as well as Canada, we should no longer be considered a universal human rights champion. If we really do care so much about the Afghanis and the poor woman in Iran, we would have not been such a huge hypocrite on our Middle East policy. Why would we be not caring at all about what happened to the Palestinians? And as long as Canada and the U.S. support Israel 100%, we haven't really learned the lesson of the Holocaust. After 60 years of the Holocaust, we have not even grasped the concept of universal right. I know we don't all agree on all aspects of human rights, but certainly kicking someone out of their home and removing people who are sleeping on the street, refusing to leave their home, and removing them by forces, these are outrageous action. And so when we talk about fighting war and terror, or helping the poor Afghani through a military occupation. Please, you're not fooling anyone. And everyone who lives in Canada or United States really don't have the right to say we're the good guys. I'm sorry, but we have no right. We're a complete hypocrite. You know, we care more about power, having a strategic ally, and, you know, money, whatever it is. We care more about that than any human right in the world. And that's the bottom line. And I dare you to challenge me on that.